the Knights that say knee came out of the bush. Yeah. I don't know who was in there. They want their shrubbery.
Yes. O Knights of Knee, we have brought you your shrubbery.
Hi, welcome back to Panda Reacts. I'm Sandra. This is Ken.
Hi.
And Panda's with us today. We are doing... And Duke.
Thanks, Duke.
All right. Duke didn't want to miss Westworld, apparently. We are doing Westworld, Episode 8, Trace Decay. And last time we did Episode 7, and Bernard is a host. Why? You know, there were some hints early on.
There were signs.
Because when I rewatched it to do the editing, and I noticed that he didn't have any memory of Elsie. Mm-hmm. Like, he didn't seem concerned about where she was, mm-hmm. Didn't seem to know where she'd been, where she'd gone. He did know where she went, and he talked to her and everything, and suddenly that was wiped out of his memory, but knowing Teresa's part wasn't. Mm-hmm. So Ford did some tinkering there, mm-hmm. Removed, so Ford probably has Elsie. That's my guess, is that Ford went and got Elsie, because why else would he remove that information? So then he couldn't see the door, mm-hmm. Which, I mean, granted was in the dark at first, so, you know, not too obvious. Mm-hmm. But then you're like, why couldn't he see the door?
He's been in this house several times, probably, so...
He's talked about it so many times, that's like right. The house and how people can't see things, like the host can't see certain things. And then he couldn't see the drawing of him, his own robotic self, and that's when it just all went down.
Mm-hmm. And then the Danish got killed.
Teresa, I don't know why you keep calling her the Danish. I know she's Danish, but that was such a small, insignificant part of her character. That made no sense. So yeah, Teresa got her head bashed against the wall by Bernard.
Well, she got called the Danish something by...
By Ford?
No.
Bernard?
No.
Lee?
Yes.
Okay.
So
you just hung on to that, did you? That was like the one thing you don't want to let go. So something I also did not notice when I was watching it the first time was that when they blew up the dude filled with nitroglycerin, they blew up his horse too. And as an animal lover, I normally notice when an innocent animal is killed.
It's not a real animal.
I know it's not real in filming. I get that. It's also a host
in the show.
Horse. Well, I don't care, okay?
They were making host horses in the beginning.
I know they were making host horses. Mm-hmm. It gives me a little bit of solace, but not much, because that horse had no say in its exploding. Yeah. So I was like, why didn't I notice that?
You got Wile E. Coyote.
So we're waiting. We want to see what's the fallout from Bernard being a host, but now still nobody knows except for...
Where's Elsie?
Where the hell is Elsie? William and Dolores, are they going to cross the river?
They're going into the Badlands.
Badlands? Into what I will call the maze.
They're going to run into the man in the black hat?
Yeah. Who someone on another channel calls MIB. I was like, yeah, he is MIB. We didn't see him last episode. He's roaming around still looking for the maze. But the key is Dolores. He knows that. That's why he's using Teddy. Mm-hmm. He needs to get back to Dolores so she can show him the way to the maze. But I don't know if he's going to find her because she's gone quite a long ways. Mm-hmm. Maeve is getting out of here. Yep. She's getting out of Dodge.
She's busting out.
She threatened Sylvester. I'll kill you if you don't let me out of here. If you don't help me, I'll kill you. And I was like, ah! I think Sylvester peed himself at least 3 times in that episode because Maeve is so scary. Felix is just like, I'll do it, okay. Yeah, so that's where we're at. So let's get going. Don't even talk about Ben-Hur.
Where many, many animals
blah, 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 blah. No.
Teresa. She's gone.
She is.
You killed her.
Yep.
I
Oh, he's still in there.
Raise this place to order.
That's enough, Bernard. That's enough.
Oh,
How would you like me to proceed?
damn. Oh, this is so
I need you to
freaky.
clean up your mess, Bernard. Any connection that ties us to Teresa's untimely demise.
So he has to get rid of all the footage of him going in the elevator and... Oh, jeez. You're being really thorough here.
Something wrong, Maeve?
Yeah.
Yep.
You're not the
my
real
partner in crime.
Clementine. They killed her. And now I've got things to do.
And why was I reassigned in the first place?
That's a good question. Yeah. Go check Felix. That's what she wants to know. What? You know.
Doesn't matter. Me. Every host's spine, mine included, has an explosive charge which will detonate if I try to leave. Isn't that right? A fail-safe.
Ooh.
Which version was it?
C6.
I'll need administrative privileges.
Woohoo!
We can't just give her control over their hosts.
Oh, yes, you will.
Oh my god.
Yep.
Oh. Oh. What is this? Maybe she
Is this
can't
the-
cross it. Would they explode if they cross the river? Oh no, it's the Ghost Nation. Okay.
This nation was to find.
Come find you.
That's her. I think.
Teresa's manipulations have come to light.
Of course, with my apologies.
And you were in on it, lady. So this is gonna be another person that Ford needs to off.
A kind of recursive beauty, but complex. Like two minds arguing with each other.
Yeah.
Yep.
Exactly.
I can be someone else's problem.
Sylvester, you keep pissing her off. She's gonna take you out. Sylvester's gonna die at some point. I just can't with him.
I figured they retired you. This Ford never likes to waste a pretty face.
She's the lady from the lobby.
Who did this to you? Decay.
Oh no, oh what? Is it a pirate? It's a guy with a huge hat on. It's like, what? Oh, what? Who is this? Who the heck is this? Oh no.
You.
Oh, yep. Is that him?
Sure.
Thank you.
Jesus fuck! What did you do?
Precisely what I asked him to. You think I didn't know what you were going to do? Even at 14, you were never a match for me. Turns out your friend has a little more compassion than you.
Oh no, no.
You said you wouldn't hurt anyone.
Oh my god. I do hate Sylvester, but still. Maeve.
Now, it's time to recruit my army.
Oh my god. She is not messing around.
In fact, Maeve's tab was in such excellent standing. She deserved a token of gratitude.
He's got.
How about it
She's
double
got.
down on me?
He's got a. She's got a hold of her code and their code.
Wow. This is gonna be crazy.
She can control them.
Yep, she just tested that. This is Hector, isn't it? Because she usually hangs with Hector afterwards.
The sheriff judged the riders to be upstanding, God-fearing citizens.
Yeah, they're cool. Hector's like, what just happened?
Have you ever made me hurt anyone like this before?
No, Bernard. Of course not.
What about Elsie? Where's Elsie? Oh no. Ugh. He killed Elsie.
Killed Elsie.
Patrick's.
Yep. It's that little girl.
Pleasure to see you. Good morning. Did you find what you were looking for, Dolores?
Who is this? It's her.
What are you doing?
Oh no.
Scouting party?
Yeah. I don't think so.
Oh no.
Billy, I've been looking for you for days. Man, are you two fucked?
Why is that, Logan? You jerk.
You're a writer. Make up a story.
You're stealing a host? Aye. But they explode when they leave the park, don't they?
That's what we've been told.
Brevity is the soul of wit.
Does she not know this? You can't steal them because they explode?
Persian, you were both very discreet, but it's my
He
job
doesn't
to do this.
remember. He just had it erased.
Offer my support. I'm afraid you have the wrong idea. I respected Teresa, and what happened to her was tragic, but to be honest, I barely knew her. I know you're short-handed.
Stubbs is like, what?
Have you heard from Elsie Hughes? I left word with her this morning to notify her about Teresa, but she never got back to me.
Stubbs smells something.
Yep, he does.
He's like, what is going on?
You want to know who I am?
I do.
Who I really am?
Yes.
I'm a god.
Oh, stop.
I'm finally getting out of here. The house is yours.
Okay.
I wanted to see if I killed her and her daughter, just to see what I felt.
Oh my god.
The woman refused to die.
What is happening?
I felt nothing.
That's not good.
And something miraculous.
Grade A sociopath.
And that was when the maze revealed itself to me.
Oh.
The maze.
Uh-oh. What's happening? Uh-oh. No, 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 no. You leave Maeve alone. Run, Maeve.
We're having some kind of behavioral problem with the madam.
Sir, she won't respond to verbal commands. We can't shut her down.
You've just not paid the full.
Oh.
Enough, Maeve. That's enough.
She ended up in the middle of the maze. Or something. I don't know. And then her whole system changed.
This would be simply a distant dream.
It isn't, though. It's still in her head, Ford. Your program has issues. Oh! Oh my. Oh, it's like E.T., man.
Perhaps I can help you.
What are you doing, lady?
There's these creepy
What?
things again. It's this Game of Thrones villains
It's
we
like
got
the
out here.
knights that say knee mixed with, like, I don't know what. It's weird. Whoa, Nelly. Trace Decay was the name of that episode, and I think decay has a lot to do with it.
Yeah, it's like
They're all breaking
the
down.
decay of memories and things like that. Stuff left over from past loops coming
Yeah.
back into the fore, and Maeve taking control of her.
So many
her life.
things starting to meld. So they replaced Clementine with new Clementine.
New Clementine.
And Maeve wasn't really interested in that.
Mhm.
She was gonna be erased by Sylvester, but her and Felix had
Mhm.
already decided that was not gonna happen.
Yeah, and it seems to be that's a bit of a habit for her.
She seems to have,
the ability to kind of resist the programming.
She's been resisting it for like decades, probably, because in her old world where she was that mom with the daughter, she was sent back to the factory.
Ford tried to erase her with Arnold's special code,
and
didn't work.
And she picked up a scalpel and stabbed herself.
Yeah.
Because she didn't want to forget her daughter, and he was erasing her memory, and she knew it.
Yeah, it didn't work.
No, it didn't work. And on top of that, Bernard's isn't working either. I mean, he's remembering choking out Elsie, which we saw.
He killed Elsie.
He killed Elsie because Ford lied to him and said, "No, I've never had you do anything like this before, just the one time with Teresa." And then he had this flashback of him choking Elsie. So Elsie's dead somewhere.
So sad.
In the park as well. Oh, okay, so Dolores and William made it to the river.
To nowhere land.
They came to where she felt the voice was calling her, and she had a massive flashback, which almost made her shoot herself in the head.
Because she was seeing herself doing all kinds of weird things that were some bad and some good, and just totally lost,
Yeah, it was very strange. I mean, they said that Ford was uncovering an old village, but the village hadn't been uncovered that she went to.
It was in her mind, but it certainly wasn't in real life.
No, in real life.
It still had the buried steeple that we saw in the beginning.
And there were some roofs buried, too, that you could see if you looked closely. So, yeah, she was in this place where people were being taught how to dance. Like, there were lab technicians walking around.
Training them.
Training the hosts. And then suddenly, what I believed to be the man in black showed up and blew the whole town away. And then she was like holding a gun to her own head while looking at herself. And then William saved her from killing herself.
Well, now they have a slight problem because Logan's back.
Oh, yes. Oh, I hate him. So yeah, they're leaving this village because it's giving Dolores like mental breakdowns. And here comes a posse of horses. And who is leading them?
Union soldiers.
But Turd Monkey Logan. I hate that man.
Did you say Turd Monkey?
I did. I called him a turd monkey because he is. He is a jerk. And so he's like, "Oh, you are both effed." And I'm like, no, Logan. Dolores actually can shoot like a superwoman, so you better watch out. She's just going to get one and go, "Pachoo," and then destroy your whole army. Whatever you wanted, Logan.
She can't kill Logan.
No, but William will lose his job and all this other crap because Logan's a crybaby. Was left to get beaten up, which he deserved. So yeah, we're hanging on that. Hale went into the storage and got out Dolores' old Abernathy and was going to make him leave the compound, put him on a train and get him out.
Be the mule for all the information that...
Yeah, she was going to put the information in him, but the problem is, we were told by Maeve herself that they have a bomb in their C6 vertebrae that will explode if they leave like the general vicinity. So she was trying to get that removed, and then Maeve was back. She started
back in Sweetwater again.
She started narrating the show. She was telling people what to do by making it a narrative of her own. But then they came for her. The spacemen came, and she's just about to get captured. Will she get captured? Or is she going to turn around and knife them all?
Yeah, she rejected. She wrecked the Serapi shootout, and then that, of course, set everybody off back in, mission control there. And they're like, "Hey, she's messing with their narrative."
Well, she escaped the Man in Black back in the old days. We'll get to his story in a second, but she managed to slit his neck. And she slit Sylvester. She's a slit necking kind of girl.
She did it to New Clementine, too.
Yeah, well, she was back in her vision of the Man in Black, and she accidentally
killed New Clementine.
Killed New Clementine in the process. So that wasn't good.
No.
She was on her way out. So then we cut back to Teddy and the Man in Black, Teddy had visions of him hurting Dolores, so he tied the Man in Black up after knocking him out because he figured he was bad. Then the Man in Black went through his whole story about how his wife died from taking too many pills and how his daughter said she committed suicide and that he was horrible and nobody liked to live with him. And he was like, well, what? So apparently he was fine back. I know he's a titan of business, a philanthropist. He went through the list of things that he is. But what he doesn't seem to have is something called empathy. So he's a
grade A sociopath.
card-carrying sociopath. And so to test his feelings, he went to Westworld. And he went and decided he'd set his sight. He wanted to set his sights on killing a woman and her child.
Just to see if he'd feel anything.
Yeah, would he feel anything?
And he didn't.
He didn't. He shot the kid.
Yeah, he shot the kid.
Cold blood.
Knifed mom, who
knifed
was Maeve.
Mom, and then Maeve got up and knifed him back. And then they died in the middle of the maze.
Which is out in the field, all carved in the field. Weird.
Yeah, so just outside the house, the maze revealed itself to the Man in Black. Because, why? Because he proved himself to be a psychopath? Is that what happened? It's like, you are a true psychopath. Maze shall be revealed to you. I think that's kind of what happened. But then, this lady, they found this lady alive, who, by the way, is the same lady who helped William and Logan get their hats and outfits on. They now had her as part of a different narrative, and Man in Black recognized her, but then he should have realized she was part of the Wyatt narrative because anyone new to the system is part of that narrative.
Yep.
And so she was with them, but then she wanted Teddy to kill the Man in Black.
The Man in Black recognized her from former narratives, right? So he doesn't think she's part of the new one.
Yeah, I guess he didn't. He thought, oh, well, she's from the old one.
I haven't seen you for a while.
So, yeah, she stabbed Teddy with an arrow, and then the Knights of St. Denis came out of the bush. Yeah. I don't know who was in there. They want their shrubbery.
Absolutely.
That was just crazy because they had the horns like the Knights of St. Denis.
They did, totally.
O Knights of Ni, we have brought you your shrubbery. May we go now?
It is a good shrubbery.
And then they all came out of the bush. Bernard Stubbs was tipped off that Bernard may not be all there when he said he didn't really know Teresa, and Stubbs knows for a fact that they were doing
busy.
it. And he was like, well, I barely ever knew her, so why would I feel too much? And then he's like, so Bernard, have you seen Elsie lately? I think Stubbs is putting two and two together. Bernard might be a murderer. He just might be a murderer. Because all these characters are now, they've run out of, room for their synapses have started going crazy.
Yeah, haywires. They're mixing up the different time frames and periods and
narratives.
I mean, imagine if you had decades worth of memories from multiple different timelines that was a part of your history. Ford talked about that, how we're the same as the hosts are, except we get to control our loops and stories we tell ourselves, right?
Yeah.
So these people, they've got all those different stories they tell themselves stuck in the same blender, and they're all sort of leaking out and infecting each other now.
Well, if you like our reviews, please subscribe. And if you'd like to see more of our reactions to Westworld, check out the playlist, and check out some of our other playlists for some other of reactions. Until next time, bye!